This podcast is sponsored by nobody. Hey dudes, welcome to Splat from the Past, the only 80s themed horror sci-fi show where things can get totally radical. Now today I will be welcoming back my good friend, Miss Misery. This will be her, I believe, 12th time, and we are going to talk about her new book, which she sent me a copy of. It's called Be My Baby. And it's a great book that pays homage to Dirty Dancing. And those of you out there who know me know how much I hate Dirty Dancing. But, you know, because it's Miss Misery and it's because she wrote Summer of 59, I had to read this one because that book was so great. And I knew this one would be as well. And we're going to talk about the book, see what else she's got going on. She just did the East Bay Comic Con, find out how that went. And every time we talk, it's always fun and funny. And I love talking to Raina, and I love telling her dirty jokes and dirty sex stories and all of that stuff. Always have, always will. And today is February 4th. It's Alice Cooper's birthday. And Alice turns, God, he's 77, but the guy's timeless. Everything he does is just like magical. I love Alice, and he's still performing. Happy birthday, Alice Cooper, one of my rock heroes. So, yeah, here is my new interview with Miss Misery. Hey, Rada, welcome back. How are you today?
Good, good. How are you doing?
Wow, I just realized today's Alice Cooper's birthday. I'm so excited.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. I'm staring right at an Alice Cooper figurine on my shelf right now. That's so funny that you
Uh,
said that.
yeah, guy's one of my heroes since I was a kid, and I saw him in concert in 2000 at the Warfield.
Oh, nice. That must have been good.
Yeah, it's a great friggin' concert. He is a real showman, that guy.
Oh, yeah, he's a great entertainer. He really is.
Yeah. Yeah, I am blessed beyond blessed. Even though I despise what's going on in the world today, I am feeling so content.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. So let's get into Be My Baby. As I mentioned, I'm not a Dirty Dancing fan, but because I love Summer of 59, I agreed to let you send me a copy of the book, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So what's the genesis of the story?
Oh, it's about a girl who is obsessed with Dirty Dancing, and it's
Right.
the boy next door who is in love with her. So it's again going back to my John Hughes roots. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah.
really love John Hughes movies. I'm obsessed with them. Who kind of isn't? They are really good. Plus, I love 80s movies. So when I write these romance stories, it I kind of go into an 80s theme. I
Mhm.
can't help it. It's an automatic thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, God, I'm a huge John Hughes fan too. I mean, they were like religion to me growing up, those movies.
Oh yeah. Yes. I agree.
Yeah, I like how Millie was 7 when she first fell in love. I was about 7 when I first fell in love, and
Oh.
I can totally relate to that. Where did the name Elijah come from?
You know, have you ever seen the originals?
The originals. No.
It was a spin-off of the Vampire Diaries. There's a vampire named Elijah. I've
Okay.
always loved the name Elijah for a vampire, but yes, the name Elijah is a good name to me to use in a book. So, yeah, when I pick my names out, I usually try to choose like names of characters that I love from TV shows and movies
Well, when
that
when
I
I
think of them when I write it. So, that kind of happens a lot.
yeah, well, when I write, I try to use names that don't get used very often anymore. You know,
That's so funny you said that because I was thinking of that the other day that when I was looking up names for another story I'm doing, I'm like, I want an off name, something that's not used too much. That's so funny you said that because I was researching that the other day.
it's funny how names like Elijah, Silas, Linus have become
Yes.
millennial names. It's just like, so many of them have like last names first.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
It is. It is. Yeah, I thought this was going to be like a sequel to Summer of '59 with a Dirty Dancing
No.
backdrop, but
No.
no, it seems more like, it's about your love of Dirty Dancing more than anything.
Yes. Yes. So the beginning of the book in the story when Millie's up late searching through channels, trying to find something to watch as she comes across it is kind of the way I came across the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was younger, I had just finished watching Monsters and Tales from the Dark Side on a
Hmm.
Saturday night back to back,
Yeah.
and I was still yeah, right? That was my go-to Saturday nights. And so I needed something else to watch because I was couldn't sleep and boom, Dirty Dancing came on.
And it's
Isn't that crazy?
yeah, it's funny. I watched Tales from the Dark Side of the Monsters, but like,
Oh,
I
nice.
didn't see them when they first ran. It was like on the Sci-Fi Channel in the late '90s, early 2000s when I discovered them. Do you remember what station they were on?
I don't. I just remember it was late night and you had to wake up to see it and it was back to back on and I think they were definitely the reruns, and I think Outer Limits was also on during that time, but they were the reruns of Outer Limits
Yeah,
on a different channel.
yeah, because we
Yeah.
had we had the Twilight Zone on Coffee 20. I remember that.
Yes, yes, yes. Twilight Zone was on that channel.
The old
Oh, isn't that crazy? Wow.
Yeah, the old Outer Limits, I don't remember seeing it till much later, but like the remake, of course, was on Showtime. I remember that. And the '80s Twilight Zone, the '80s Alfred Hitchcock Presents, those were like,
Mm-hmm.
syndicated shows that those could have been on any
Yes.
channel. Yeah,
Yes. I also remember Night Gallery
yes.
reruns. Yeah.
That one I got into a
When
little bit
TV was
later.
good late nights.
It was, it was.
It was the best in the 90s.
I interviewed Rod Serling's daughter, and she told me that
Oh, that's awesome.
when he was doing the Twilight Zone at MGM, they gave him so
Hmm.
much power to do whatever he wanted that when he got to Universal for Night Gallery, they gave him nothing.
Oh,
It was all their decisions and all their bullshit. That's why Night Gallery
yeah.
wasn't as celebrated as the Twilight Zone.
Ah, wow. That's
Yeah,
crazy. I didn't know that. That's crazy.
yeah. I don't get it, but. Yeah, I mean, I grew up on The Hitchhiker, which was on HBO. Tales from the Crypt was Freddy's
Yes.
Nightmares.
Yes.
Yeah, I loved all of them.
Hmm.
Did you watch the Friday the 13th anthology
I
series?
I did. I was just about to tell you there was that one too. So yeah, I grew up watching that one as well.
I didn't even
I
know
think it
about.
canceled.
Oh, go
Didn't
ahead.
they cancel it after a few seasons? I
Yeah,
think it was only on
it
for a few.
it wasn't long, no, but like I didn't discover that one until I started the podcast and I started doing research on like Canadian actors.
Oh,
I was like, really? There was a Friday the 13th series? I did not know that.
yes. And I really loved it too. I think I have season one on DVD, and
I mean,
I gotta finish getting them all, but
I've seen it on
love
YouTube
it.
since, but like, it
Yes.
wasn't part of my zeitgeist growing up of that one. I watched the movies, of course. Um,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah, it's funny because we're the same age, and the book harkens back to a time when growing up, we would do our homework laying on our belly with our souls in the air, and it
Uh-huh.
doesn't seem like the younger generation of kids do that anymore. Maybe they do.
I don't know. I hope so.
Yeah,
I think the times of kids reading scary books under a blanket with a flashlight might be gone.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the references to Footloose and 13 Going on 30. Those are great movies.
Yes, I wanted to put in certain films that I have always loved and enjoyed. I wish I could have put in more, but I didn't want to oversaturate it. So I
Yeah.
just put in certain ones here and there that I thought were, Adventures in Babysitting,
Yep.
those type of films that I grew up on.
Don't fuck with the babysitter.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
I love that. Yeah. Um, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I mean, the book was pretty good. You gotta turn these books into movies because they are cinematic, I think.
That's so funny you said that because I just did East Bay Comic Con and
Yeah.
I had more than a few people say that to me. They're like, I read this book, I read that book, I'm gonna get this. They're like, I love your books. These need to be movies. I can watch this all day long as a movie. I'm like, oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I agree.
Yeah, absolutely. So, how was the East Bay Comic Con?
Oh, it was really good. For a rainy day, a lot of people came out. There was a good crowd, and it was a good crowd all day long up until the end, actually. I was actually surprised the weather did not falter anyone from coming out. It went really smooth. It was really good. I always have a good time at that convention every year.
Oh yeah, I miss going, but they haven't had anybody that I really want to meet. The last couple of years. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they had Gina Shock that one year, but I couldn't go, and I was so disappointed in the Warriors cast. I couldn't go to that one. It was raining.
Oh,
It,
that's right.
it was raining, and my ankle was fucked up. But like, yeah, that's so cool. Did you get to meet Michael Bean or Tony Cox?
No, it was hard for me to leave my table. I did walk by them and waved and they smiled, but that was about it. That was about it. Other than that, no, I it was hard because every time I left my table to try to get some footage or look around or
Hmm.
anything, I was called back to the table to sign. So I had to keep, so I kind of just stayed there as much as I could because it was just such a good crowd coming in.
I saw
I was like,
Tony.
I better not leave.
I saw Tony Cox in 2019. I was at Monster Palooza, and
Cool.
I go over to meet Phil Fondacaro, and he's all alone by himself. Tony Cox was there visiting him, and he had a crowd of people talking to him, and he's not there to sign autographs, and I felt bad for him. So
Oh wow. Oh,
yeah.
crazy.
Michael Bean, I would have loved to have gotten him to sign my Terminator VHS. I have a rare Terminator VHS from Thor and Mi Video because I got most of the Thor and Mi collection.
Oh, sweet. Oh, that would have been cool.
Yeah, maybe another time though. Uh,
Yeah,
how
for sure.
how was the whole Captain Cosmic thing?
Oh, it was fantastic. A lot of people were just like blast from the past, They were
Yeah,
they were gaga-ing over it. It was great. And Captain Cosmic was walking around. They had the robot was lighting up. Oh, it was so cool. It was so cool to see it in person.
yeah. It's funny. I've been watching YouTube clips of old promos for Coffee 20 and KBHK and Action 36. I long for those days when you could turn on the stations and watch popular and obscure movies, even in horror
Oh
and
yeah.
classic
Oh yeah.
sitcoms and cop shows. It was just magical.
Right? I feel, yeah, I just, television and shows just aren't the same as they used to be. They don't, I feel like a lot of them just don't have that, they just don't have that magic to them. I don't know what it is.
It's not just the shows, but like the stations. I mean, it was just this magical, local
Mm-hmm.
station, and it just. Yeah, there's something about it that was just so cool. Every time I see it, it just takes me back to that
Right?
place.
Yeah, yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Remember Coffee 20 Dance Party?
I was on an episode of the newer version
Me
when it
too.
was, yeah, did you go? It was so fun.
Yep.
I was like, I could do this every weekend.
In,
Yeah, it was really fun.
in 2011, me and my sister-in-law were on there, and she found out that they were having an 80s episode, and she invited me to go, so we went, and it was a blast. I think I tried to tape it when it first premiered, but I, I didn't, I see it, I think I was watching on the wrong night or something, and I tried to look for it on
Oh,
YouTube, and I
darn.
couldn't. Because I knew the date. It was like sometime in June of 2011. I remember that, and yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it was sad I couldn't pull it off to
Oh,
tape it, but it was fun.
yeah.
I mean, the B-52's Private Idaho was playing and everything.
Well, one of these days you're gonna come across it, watch it, and be like, "Whoa, I found it!" Just out of the blue, out of nowhere. Because that happens. I'm telling you, you'll find it. I know you will.
Shit, I want footage of my dad and my stepmom on The Price is Right back in '99. I've been trying to
Oh
find that.
wow, that's cool. Yeah. Oh, I'd love to see that. That's cool.
I never got to see it, unfortunately, because I was in school
Oh
or
man.
something. Yeah,
Ah, bummer.
they had a blast, a real blast.
Oh, I bet.
They
That's
took
cool.
they took my uncle with him, and they go to this deli, and the waitress says to my uncle 6 inch, and he's like, "Wait, it's bigger than that," or something like
That's funny.
that. Yeah. How was the Barnes and Noble signing?
Good, really good. They still have a few autographed copies left in their store. I'm not sure how many, but it went so good. It was great to meet a bunch of new people. It was great to meet some of my fans came out to get it, and I gave away bookmarkers and some keychains. It was
Mm,
so much fun. I can't wait to do it again. I
ah,
have a few more signings coming up. I just have to announce them.
that's so fucking awesome. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been so fun. I can't wait to do more.
Yeah, people are starting to know who you are now. That's just so fantastic.
Yeah, it's getting there. It's coming in waves, you know? It's coming in waves and now it's starting to take some steam. So, very
Yeah.
happy about that.
I mean, you're constantly writing. What do you think about this whole AI book writing thing?
You know, I haven't toyed with it at all because
Yeah,
it's I'm the type of person who, you have to be in control of what you're writing.
right.
I can't have a robot doing it. You know what I mean? They're not
Yeah,
going to know what I want. There's a lot of arguments back and forth. A lot of people are into it. A lot of people aren't into it. You know,
yeah.
it's not like AI is going away though, right? It's here to
Ugh.
stay. But I mean, my take is I have to write the words. I have to express what I'm feeling. Robot can't really do that.
It's scary. It's
You
really,
know,
yeah,
it's I know a lot of writers are into it. They welcome it. And I understand that that's your thing you're into. That's fine. I can't do it. I haven't even toyed with it yet to see like how it is. I'm afraid to. I'm like I'm like Terminator. It's gonna turn on me. I
yeah.
can't. I can't do it.
It's
One of
scary.
these days I'll check it out. I'm sure one of these days I'll check it out and see what it's all about. But till then, no, no, I'm good. I'm
Yeah,
good writing
it's
my own stuff.
it's scary. I don't know. With this whole thing that's going on with the presidency, I just don't know what's going to happen in the future for all of us with this shit. I really don't.
Oh, I know. All you can do is sit there and watch and see what happens in a way, right? That's all you can
Yes.
do.
Yeah, it's
It's
nuts.
crazy. It
But
is crazy.
but it's funny. Speaking of Dirty Dancing, I've been seeing Kelly Bishop, who played Jennifer Grey's mother. I've been seeing her do interviews. She has a memoir out.
Oh, cool. I did read Jennifer Grey's memoir. It was really good. I gotta get that one. I want to
Really,
read that one.
really. Does she have
Yeah.
any? Does she have any resentment towards Ferris Bueller's Day Off or Dirty Dancing?
No, no, not really. It was pretty positive. There's a lot of drama in the book, which is great. Keeps it flowing, but no, not really. I mean, I thought it was well done. It was well written. It was really good. It kept my attention, so that's for sure. But no, not really. She didn't write anything negative or anything.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I remember her dad, Joel Grey, was on Gilbert Gottfried's podcast, and he was pretty funny.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's cool.
yeah, Mr. Cabaret.
Yeah,
he's
I have to listen to that.
he's one of those guys. He had the Oscar curse. He won the Oscar for that movie,
Hmm.
and then next thing you know, he's playing an Asian kung fu master in Remo Williams' The Adventures Begins.
You notice that every time that happens and they win big, and then all of a sudden it's like, what was the next movie? After you won?
I know
You're like, whoa,
a great,
whoa, wait.
great, a great
Yeah, you said it right. It's the curse. There's a curse there or something.
Oh yeah, great example. F. Murray Abraham when he won for Amadeus, he did the War of the Rose, or the Name of the Rose. I'm sorry, the Name of the
Oh,
Rose
wow.
with Sean Connery and Christian Slater, and it's a good movie, but like people are like, what movie? you know?
Oh, man. That always sucks. That does
Yeah.
suck. Wow, that's crazy.
And,
Oh,
and he's never stopped working. He's always worked and stuff.
that's good. He's consistent. At least he's working. That's good.
Yeah, and stuff. But yeah, so like she's doing all these interviews for her memoir and stuff. I remember her when she was Howard Stern's mother in Private Parts.
Oh, that's right. I
Yeah,
forgot all about that movie. That's a good movie.
yeah, it is. It's funny. He rejected like 30 scripts before saying yes to the one that was
Mm-hmm.
made, which is crazy because it's so simple. It's so less is more. It's so good.
Uh-huh. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
I was actually very hesitant to watch it for some reason. I was like, but one night it was on, I watched it, and I was like, wow, this was actually pretty good.
yeah.
Yeah.
My dad and I went to go see it at the drive-in.
Oh, that's cool.
This is where
I
he,
haven't been to one of those in a long time.
yeah, there's one in San Jose. I heard.
Yeah, I think there's one in Concord too.
Uh, yeah,
If
I
it's still there, I'll have to check. You never know.
well, I grew up going to Burlingame Drive-in, and we used to go starting like when I was 2. They took me to see Weird Science and Rambo 2, and I remember it because you always remember your destiny, and you don't know it's your destiny until many years later in hindsight. But like to remember that, it's very profound.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I can remember all the movies they took me to see at the drive-in, and they stopped taking me for a few years because I was always falling asleep in the back seat, or I was always getting out of the car and knocking on windshields.
What? You did
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
That's funny.
yeah. And then I didn't go back till I was about 6, and my dad took me to see the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie with
Sweet.
No Holds Barred, the Hulk Hogan movie.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I remember that one.
yeah.
That's an old one.
Yeah, it's funny. I was watching the Vince McMahon documentary, and they talked about the origin story of that movie. It's the Vince McMahon says him and Hulk were like having a few drinks one night, and they came up with the story.
Wow. That's funny.
Yeah, it's hilarious how that kind of creativity happens. You know.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. For sure.
So it's Tuesday Tits Day, and I've got a Nipplegasm story.
Oh, here we go.
Back back
Perfect.
Back in 2010, I met this heavyset woman on datehookup.com. And I used to meet women on there that were freaks all the frickin' time and stuff. And this one time, oh my God, so she came over to the apartment from somewhere in the East Bay. I can't remember where. I want to say Hayward or something. And we had been talking for a little bit. And
Yeah.
she came over and things happened pretty damn fast. I remember. I mean, it was pretty straightforward. We were gonna have sex and stuff, and she came over. She gave a great blowjob. I remember that, but like I couldn't stay hard for her for missionary for intercourse and stuff. So I gave her a nipplegasm. And plus, because she was, a little plus size, I couldn't find anything, you know
Oh my God.
it was pretty awkward. It was pretty awkward, you know. And she was just so adorable, and she just had this infectious little giggle. I remember, and yeah, I gave her the nipplegasm, and you know, next
Wow.
thing I know, I'm not seeing her again after that. And
Oh
that
my God,
was
I thought you were going to say, next thing you know, I'm married. I'm like, wait, what?
nope, never been married. I've never been married.
Yeah.
Thank God, because God, I think I'd be completely bald by now.
Oh, oh. Right. There you go. It's one reason why not to.
Yeah, I think her name was Christine or
That's funny.
Christina. Yeah, it was like Christina, I think her name was. And I hope she
You're
found
like
somebody.
around that, yeah. You're like either this name or that name around that. Like,
It
I
was,
don't know which one, but it's one of these.
it
You
was,
got
it,
like a list of 20 names.
no, it was, I remember it was like Christine or Christina. It was either or.
Oh, oh. That's
Yeah.
funny. Wow, crazy.
Yeah, I hope she found somebody. I really do. She was older than me, probably by about 10 years or something. I remember.
Oh, wow. That is older.
Yeah. I mean, I've always been into older women, always.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I went to a cougar party one time at the Carlos Club in San Carlos, and it's funny. A guy I knew from high school who used to make fun of me was there. I remember, and I was just fucking laughing my ass off.
That's funny.
Yeah, and like we all had to have nicknames. I can't remember what mine was, but his was Cougar Bait.
Was that a thing that you had to have one? You had to have a nickname for it?
Yeah, it was something.
Or you guys just named yourself? Or
Yeah,
did everyone just name themselves? Oh, okay. That's cool.
yeah, they had like name tags, and like
Oh, okay.
it said your name and like a nickname. I can't remember mine, but like
Oh, okay.
his was Cougar Bait. I remember that.
That's funny.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I remember one time I went to the Hilton or something in Palo Alto, and there was a cougar party there, and I struck out. I mean, they were all stuck up in elite and everything, and it was just not fun.
Oh, oh. Yeah, you win some, you lose some, right?
Yeah.
Now you know which ones to go to, which ones not to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that was then. I mean, I don't go out and party anymore. But back then, oh my God, I got into some pretty crazy situations, I'll tell you.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, now you're too busy reading all my books,
Yeah.
so.
I know, right? Yeah. I
I'll have
just,
to send you another one.
oh yeah, that'd be great. So what's the next book going to be that you're writing?
Oh, well, I'm working on the next Scared Yet book.
Hmm.
Do you know about the Scared Yet series I have?
No.
It's kind of like, so you remember R.L. Stein's Fear Street back in the day?
No. That's over my head.
So basically, what I'm doing is I'm doing a slasher series though called Scared Yet. So they're just different stories,
Love it.
and I'm not sure how many I'm gonna write, but I'm working on the next Mr. Stabby one. It'll be the third Mr. Stabby book for the collection.
Hmm. This is going to be like your scary stories to tell in the dark kind of series.
Yeah, but bloodier and gorier.
Love it.
Yeah, a
Love
lot
it.
more bloodier gore. It's more just like a different slasher story every time.
Hmm. Love it. Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, I grew up reading those books. I remember there's that one story about the big toe, and then there's one
Yes, there.
about
Yeah,
about eating human sausage. Yeah.
yeah. There's I think there's only three books to it. I think I have all three. I should have all three, but there was only three books released, I believe.
Yeah. There was like three, I remember.
Yeah, yeah. There's only three. Those are so good. I love those.
Oh yeah, it was like reading a Twilight Zone story in a book.
Right? Exactly. Yes. Oh, they're very creepy. I love those.
Yeah, they were so awesome. And did they like make a movie, right?
They did one movie. I thought it was all right. It was pretty good. A lot of people didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it for what it was. They were supposed to make a sequel. They're still saying there's going to be a sequel. I
Mm-hmm.
have no clue if there's going to be a sequel, but at least it's, kind of being talked about that they might do it. I'm hoping they do though, because there's more stories for them that they can do. I don't know.
I gotta look that up.
Hopefully it gets off the ground.
I gotta see the movie. I gotta look it up to see if it's on any of the streaming that I watch all the time now. I've become a Tubi addict. I did because
Oh, okay.
I had heard about it for a few years, right? But I didn't know if you had to fucking sign up or pay or anything. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
I'm seeing everything for free on there. I mean, God, this should be a crime. I mean, God, everything I love is on there.
Oh, isn't that fantastic that you
Yeah.
just go straight to one streaming service and they've got everything you want to watch? That's perfect.
Yeah, and some of the shit on there just has bad quality. Like it's like
Mm-hmm.
grainy and stuff. Like you're in a movie theater. I'm like, God, this is so cool. I love it. I watched The Mutilator on there last
Oh,
summer
nice.
when I had Francis Rains on, and I watched it, and I was like, wow, this is so cool. It's so grindhousey on streaming.
I think I saw the remake of Terror Train on there
Oh, really?
not too long ago. They had a sequel to it too, so I watched them back to back.
God, that
I don't know
killer
why I did that.
that killer's face in the original reminds me of that comedian Eric Griffin.
Oh my God, yeah. Oh wow, yes. I can
Yeah,
see that.
I seen
That's
it.
funny.
I saw Eric Griffin play at the Comedy Store back in like 2017, I want to say, and he was hilarious. He's like, white people didn't invent racism. They're good at it, but they didn't invent it.
Wow. Oh my, wow. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
Oh man,
yeah. Like I'm on
it's
there,
crazy.
Netflix, Amazon, all that stuff. When I see movies I love, but Tubi is the shit. I really love Tubi.
Nice. Yeah, I gotta go on there more and check it out.
I discovered this podcast about a year ago, and I had the host on. It's called Storyworthy. The host
Hmm.
is Christine Blackburn. Ironically, her name is Christine, and I remember it, Christine, not Christina.
Oh yeah.
And I listened to old episodes and stuff, and I listened to all these stories, and I've really learned how to tell a story better by listening to it. Just everyone talks so meticulously about what
Hmm.
happened and stuff, and
Yeah, yeah.
it's on YouTube and Spotify. It's a great podcast, and it's funny as hell because it's all comedians on there.
Oh, cool. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah. So, you got any upcoming signings or cons in the future?
So far I have some stuff that I can't announce yet,
Okay.
until they're finalized, but I will be in Reno at the end of May for a Barnes and Noble signing there.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, so I'll be going down there or up there actually.
Yeah. I used to go to Barnes and Noble a lot. I don't even
Uh-huh.
know where the nearest one is over here. I gotta go check it
Yeah,
out.
I need to make my way toward you.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
need to make my way toward you and get some signings over there.
oh yeah, here in Modesto. Yeah, I mean it's a
Yeah.
no brainer.
Right, exactly. So I shall work on that.
Yeah. I got some jokes for you.
Oh, great.
Okay, you know the difference between a blimp and 365 blowjobs?
No.
One's a one's a good year, one's a great year.
Oh my God. It's one hell of a year.
Yes.
That's funny.
You know what kind of meat a priest eats on Friday?
No.
None.
Oh my God. I don't know why I didn't get that. For some reason, I was going to say turkey. I don't.
Some people say fish.
Oh well, yeah. There's that too.
And here's another meat one. You know the difference between tofu and a dildo?
No.
They are meat substitutes.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness. That's funny.
Well, well, Rada, I have had the time of my life, and I owe it all to you.
Oh my God. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Well, I'm
Absolutely.
glad you enjoyed the book.
Absolutely. And, yep, let me know when you got the next one coming and stuff, and you can send it to me,
Sure.
and
Yeah.
we'll talk
Yeah, of
about
course.
it. But, yep,
Yeah,
work on getting a signing over here, and I will
I
surely come
am.
see
I
you.
will. Yes, that sounds great. I will do that.
All right, hon. Love you. Talk to you
Cool.
later, and have a great rest of your day. Be safe.
You too. You too. Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye. Well, there you have it. Miss Misery, ain't she a sweetheart? I fucking love her. She is so great, and I'm so glad that we could talk again. Yeah, go check out that book. It is really, really magical. I freaking love her. Well, until next time, this is Tommy Throwback Kovac saying there's no shame in living in the past because the present sucks. Later, dudes.